Hello, in this video we are going to discuss the very famous industrial process which is solvay ammonia process. Now this is generally used to prepare sodium carbonate Na2CO3.10H2O, also sometimes known as washing soda. So it is an industrial scale process to prepare sodium bicarbonate. Now this process is named after a Belgian chemist, Ernest Solvay. So let us see what are the industrial process details. So you can see that this is the left hand side is a chamber where you are putting calcium carbonate or limestone. So from lime kiln, the entry through cup and cone arrangement, you put limestone which is heated. So what happens when you heat limestone at a very high temperature? So calcium carbonate will burn to give us what? Calcium oxide, quicklime and CO2. This CO2 coming is passed through a second chamber we can see, and that is known as a carbonation tower. Calcium oxide is then passed through water tank so as to convert that into calcium hydroxide. So the reaction that is happening in this is we have calcium oxide plus water giving us calcium hydroxide or slaked lime as we say it. Now this milk of lime or slaked lime is then passed through a tower. This tower is known as a ammonia recovery tower. This is ammonia recovery tower. Now, since as the name suggests, there would be some reaction happening from where ammonia would be evolved. So we'll be discussing when we complete the entire cycle. So at this point, I will just show this as an arrow and say that ammonia has evolved from here and gone into the carbonation tower. Now, carbonation tower has an inlet for a brine solution. Brine is NaCl solution. So we can see that in carbonation tower, three inlets are there. One is a provision for carbon dioxide, second is a brine solution, and third is ammonia from the ammonia recovery tower. Right. So let us see what happens, what the reactions happening in carbonation tower. So if we talk about the reaction happening in carbonation tower, you can say that ammonia from the ammonia recovery tower reacts with CO2 in a brine solution. So the reaction that happens over here is ammonia plus CO2 plus H2O gives us ammonium bicarbonate. Now since there is an entry of NaCl also, this NaCl reacts with the ammonium bicarbonate to give us sodium bicarbonate plus NH4Cl. Now these are the two reactions that happens majorly in a carbonation tower. So now you can understand what is the role of ammonia over here, because ammonia is anyways not required in the formation, but what is the role of ammonia? So ammonia helps in formation of a bicarbonate anion. That is the utility of this process, and that helps in turn to produce sodium bicarbonate. The process is entirely dependent on the fact that NaHCO3 is sparingly soluble. So it is insoluble, roughly insoluble nature of NaHCO3, which is the basis of this reaction, and it can be filtered off very easily. So we can see that the product that we are getting over here, if we filter it, then we will have calcium bicarbonate, and apart from calcium bicarbonate, you can see that the NH4Cl is passed through the ammonia recovery tower. Now this ammonia recovery tower has also an inlet for slaked lime. So you can see that NH4Cl and we can say that calcium hydroxide, they will start reacting. Sorry, this is NaHCO3. So that reaction happens in this ammonia recovery tower, and the result of that is CaCl2 plus ammonia, which is recycled, and this. So we can say that the only byproduct of this reaction is CaCl2, which is coming out, and this ammonia is recycled, which again help in generation of bicarbonate ion, and helps in formation of NaHCO3, which can be filtered off because it is sparingly soluble. And then NaHCO3 on heating will give us Na2CO3 plus H2O, right? So that is what the reaction is, that is the flow chart of this particular reaction plus CO2, right? So that is how we get sodium carbonate preparation on an industrial scale, right? Now, can this process be used to prepare K2CO3? Answer is no, and the reason is because KHCO3 is a soluble salt. This process depends on the fact that NaHCO3 is sparingly soluble. Okay, so that is the flow chart of this particular industrial process, which is known as solvay ammonia process.